The guy who's running for mayor of New York couldn't bench press 135.
The guy who's president of the United States has a neck vagina.
And the man who's currently going viral for throwing another tantrum, this time over the masculinity of the man who did win, once threw a toddler tantrum simply because I politely declined to work with him. Due to the fact that he frequently goes super viral for terrible takes like saying women who don't want kids are a red flag because they're living their lives for themselves and not these kids they don't want. So while you try to work out the logic behind that, I'm going to show you all the receipts to the time he threw a total toddler tantrum meltdown on his story simply because I politely didn't want to work with him, and I fear my inclination about him back in 2024 was correct. Before we dive in, as always, make sure you like, comment, repost, and follow along for more. So it started when he originally messaged me on like this alt account that at first I thought was spam. One, he looked vaguely familiar, but two, the message was just extremely unprofessional for someone representing such a huge brand. He didn't offer any sort of deliverables, pitch, budget, anything. If you've ever worked with influencers before, you know that you should be using the email that I provide for you unless you're the actual verified brand account DMing me if you want me to see it and take it seriously. Well, first I didn't respond, but he did look familiar, so I went to his page to see what he had posted on there, and most recently he had posted a video honestly making fun of and belittling a previous person he had claimed to work with. And I wasn't interested in working with someone who trash talks their clients. He also had very few followers. The whole thing felt like spam. So I looked him up on TikTok and it finally hit me because my video back in 2024 dragging him for that terrible take on women was the first one to come up. He's the man who used to make desperate rage bait alpha male whatever red pill content. Clearly his career never took off, so he's trying to be like a marketer whatever person. So I decided to respond as politely as possible so he can't turn it into a rage bait thing, and at this point I haven't even blocked him. And sometime later I start getting random DMs from my own followers being like, hey, this man's throwing a full-on baby fit over you right now on his story. Clearly I'd forgot about him, moved on completely at this point, and that could be anyone, honestly. The red pill babies love to cry about me, so I'm like, you're gonna have to be more specific here. So they send me these screenshots where he's having a total meltdown and stalking all of my accounts simply because I didn't want to work with him. A few funny things about this to highlight. One, at this point I don't think I had even blocked him, so I think he had to block me in order to get this screenshot. Two, he's throwing a full-on fit simply because a woman politely declined to work with him. Three, he didn't offer any price or details or anything, and if you're someone who's operating at the level that I am in influencing, you would know that any big brand who's actually serious about working together would put that in the first message. It's part of the negotiations, and without that you just look extremely unprofessional. It obviously leads me to believe there was never a big company and he was simply looking for rage bait here. And my favorite is this part right here where he goes, oh, she was a lib this whole time. That was my profile picture at the time. All of my content is very clear on where it stands. You're telling me you're so inept at your job, you didn't even look at my profile picture before reaching out for this big brand. So yeah, I don't really believe there was ever a big brand, but regardless, this man now goes viral at least twice a year for the worst takes ever that he then has to delete the videos for, and sadly his follower count isn't even going up because of this.